good day to you, wherever you are. Adam, AP Guitar here, and I'm going to just talk to you about vibrato, and I'm going to give you some really simple, straightforward tips to help with it, because I do see a lot of this coming from the finger. And look, vibrato is one of those things where it's sort of, I think, a little bit overlooked by bends and tapping and really exciting things. But you can get your vibrato sorted, and anything that you play will just instantly sound better. Without that, it's... Or even worse, it's the finger one, like this, which is wrong. Like that note was wrong. Like that. A lot of beginners will do that, of course, because how else? They're not shown how to do it. But look, there's something in there already about how you practice it. Everything that you practice, every line that you play, use vibrato at the end. Every held note that you have, because it needs to be practiced little and often. It doesn't need to be sat there and practiced for 6 hours once and then never again. So little and often is how you can and should practice vibrato. Okay, so look, whether you're playing it with your first finger, your second finger, your third finger, or your fourth finger, the way I suggest you do it is, first finger doesn't count for this example. Second finger, put any previous fingers, so any lower finger numbers, on the string at the same time. Don't put it in its own fret as if you were potentially bending. Hug it. Hug the finger that's doing it. For support and for control. Look, third finger, I'm going to put my second and my first. They're all going to have a group hug for support and for control. Fourth finger, third, second, first. So you always add the previous fingers on for that hug. Support. Okay, so look, these are ways that you can practice it, okay? But look, there's two main things that we're going to speak about now. I'm not going to make this video really long either, because I want you to take it in and use it and apply it straight away. One, the type of vibrato is called wrist vibrato. I'm not sure if it is, but it is now, right? Because the movement comes from your wrist. Now we see a lot of the fingertip. So we see a lot of the fingertip, but we assume that it's the fingertip that's doing it. It's not. It's this movement, all from the wrist. And look, if I try and grab and catch the string, there. Looks like it's the finger. It is not. If it's the finger, it's going to get this thing here, which is not good. So it's the wrist. The wrist is doing this. And I suggest you just sit there and do that for a bit, because that's odd if we've not done that before. First finger. You will also use vibrato with your second finger. First finger is going to come on, hug it. The movement is there, but it's slightly more limited, or the angle is tighter, not the angle. The movement is tighter. The more fingers that, the more you go through the finger numbers. So finger number 3, it's even tighter. Finger 4, it's even tighter, but it's still this behind the scenes in the background. It's still that. And look, whether the vibrato is ultimately fast, slow, wide, or narrow, one thing is always the same in common with all of those variants. Even. It has to be even. So imagine this is your note. If you're bending, here's your desired note. This is different, right? Bending, you're going whoop up to there and then possibly down again. Vibrato, this is your note, and you're just going to wave it in and out of that pitch. I suppose there's probably a conversation at some point as to why, but it's not really that important. We know why. It's to sustain a note and for it to sound pretty and attractive. Unlike me. Right, now, have I covered everything? Yes, I think I have, but let me recap it for you now. So practice it little and often. So every lead line that you play, when you end it, whichever finger you end on, that's where you're going to apply your vibrato for practice. Number one. Number two, remembering that whichever finger you use for it, the previous fingers, don't put them on separate frets, bring them all the way up to it. Hug the main one, remembering that this is still the main one. This has to be up towards the edge of the fret for control, for support. Number three, whether it's fast, slow, wide, narrow, it has to be even. Number four, and lastly, probably the most important, it's all about your wrist. It's not about the fingers, it's about your wrist and this movement here. That's what takes the most time. But you can do it. All right? And you can let me know how you get on in the comments, and I look forward to hearing, and I look forward to teaching you again. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day.